Hey, hey, what's up, you guys? I know my sunburn is really rough over here. But when you guys hop on, say hi. Let me know you can hear me. If you're catching the replay, I just want to highlight, I'll say this again, but make sure that you tag your coach in this post once you have watched the replay. Cool? So, I'm going to wait just a couple more seconds for you guys to jump on. I hope you guys are having an awesome Monday. Hi, Ari. It has been a Monday of Mondays. Oh my god, I had a fun weekend, but now it's back to work, back to the grind. Christina, Maribel, Katrina, hi. Awesome. Yay. Okay, coolio. Awesome to have some eyes on already. So first off, I just want to reiterate that 3 things. Number 1, just a little bit of our schedule because I'm kicking this group off. This is the first live video. Oh, hey. And so just over the schedule a little bit. Most of you guys as coaches tagged you in the schedule, but just to go over one more time. So today is an action day. So Mondays are always going to be action days. Today is our power half hour, and then there's going to be a coach sneak peek, and then the following Monday is an emerald in 24 hours, okay? And then on Wednesday is our social media audits, which are unreal because you're having top coaches look at your social media, which is so freaking cool. And so tomorrow, oh my god, 50 of you guys, this is so exciting. Tomorrow is our first social media audit by Christina and Nicole, who were the 2 top Success Club earners of May. So like, who doesn't want to earn that? And to be able to earn that opportunity tomorrow is the highest Success Club earners so far in the month of June, okay? But next week, which is super cool, it's going to be me and Monica doing our social media audit. And to earn that social media audit is just the most participant, the top 5 people that participate the most in this group. And so by doing that, tagging your coach in the comments, which is super crucial, is going to help boost you in the participation. So making sure that you're just all over what's going on. You're jumping on the live calls, you're commenting, you're being interactive, you're cheering people on. Because 1, that's going to make this group so much more fun because energy attracts energy, right? But also just being able to like fully immerse yourself and be as close to the fire as humanly possible is going to help you elevate wherever you want to go in this business, okay? Everyone agree with me? Hell yeah. Okay. And then also every Friday is our follow-up Fridays with different coaches, a final push at the end, but really we're just truly going to be talking a lot about coaching today on this power half hour, okay? So what I want to focus on is that this month we totally have to think in the mindset of recruiting, right? You cannot get to diamond by not recruiting coaches or discount coaches, right? It's only 12 coaches. Yeah, tag me, Alexa. But it's only 12 coaches to get to diamond. I need to like put this chat away because it is so distracting. I don't know how to move it. But anyways, you guys are blowing it up, so I love it. But we have to sign everybody up as a discount coach for the opportunity to get to diamond quicker. If you're signing 3 people up a month as coaches and then all the rest as customers, it is going to take you 10 million times longer to get to the rank of diamond. And so I'm going to put what I say to everybody in the comments below, in the comment thread of what I say when I sign everybody up. So my process of signing people up before we get into work is basically, I'm going to type this in there. Hopefully you guys can see it. I just said, here's my wording. But basically, I like to say, I send them the share cart, I copy the link, I go, okay, here's your link, send it, and then right after I say, it will say coach, don't let that freak you out. I'm signing you up that way so that when you need more pre or post, or you decide to try our awesome snack bars, superfood shake, etc., you get it at my price. I'm all about saving you money. It's basically just a preferred customer. The other cool thing is that if you have any friends or coworkers who may want to do it with you, I will help you get them signed up, and Beachbody will pay you a referral bonus, right? Like, we want to get that in their heads right from the get-go, just for bringing your friend with you. So start thinking of who you can do this with and who can hold you accountable. Text your bestie, tell your sibling, mom, whoever. The more people doing this with you, the more fun. Once you're finished, I can get you going. I'm so excited for you. The enrollment only takes a couple minutes to finish. Can you complete that now? So by saying that, 1, I'm sparking the little thought in their head of like, oh, I can get $50 back. And I tell them, like, the first 3 people you sign up will help you make back your investment into your business, and everything else is profit. It's there for fun, right? But also they're thinking about who can hold them accountable, because my coaches that have a couple coaches with them, one helps them stay accountable on their journey, but it's also helping you get that emerald. And then lastly, I just asked if they can complete it now, so I don't have that like weird feeling of, are they going to fill out my share cart? Are they not? Are they going to ghost me when I get to that step? You know that they're going to say, yes, I'll fill it out right now, or I'll do it after work, right? So that's my wording when it comes to signing every single person up, especially this month in this big push, as a discount coach. Like, I think I've had 2 people in almost my 3 years of coaching say they don't want to sign up as a discount coach. And the one I usually get, the quickest way people tell me, I just say, if you don't like the products month 2, you don't have to, you can cancel, and there's no cancellation fees, there's no strings attached, and you won't be charged that $15. So why not try it for the first month? And then another pushback sometimes I get, people ask me, is like, why do I have to put my security number in? Or like my social in? And I just tell them, like, it's for security purposes, just to make sure that nobody's placing orders or anything comes up weird. They like have your account secure. And that's just how I combat those 2 objections I get all the time when it comes to discount coaches. So if you guys have any questions about that, feel free to let me know. I don't think anybody does so far. Okay, cool. So let's get that part over the way. All right, let's get to the meat of this call. So, oh my God, I said I have to take 8 minutes to do this, and I'm on the dot. I put time so I don't get crazy. So every day I start my morning by following 50 to 100 new people. And that might seem overwhelming, but to me I can do this in 5 minutes, and it's one of those mindless tasks while I'm laying in bed and I like open my phone, which a lot of people say don't do. But I'll just follow 100 people really quickly, or while I'm drinking my pre, so that I constantly have that flow of incoming people into my market. I hear this a lot from new coaches, is like, okay, I touched everybody, now I have nobody that wants to sign up. And to me, I've been in this for a while, and I know there's other coaches on here that's been in here way longer than me, and they're still hitting Success Club. And what's so important is that you're continuously growing your funnel and your connections and the people that are watching your page. So maybe you've already followed people today. I like to follow people based on friends of friends. I'm not someone that loves looking at hashtags or like inspo accounts. It's just never really worked for me. So I like to do friends of friends, or friends and friends of challengers, or whatever, so we have that once removed connection. But let's get into connecting with people. So time to take out your phone. We're going to do this for 8 minutes. Basically what I want you guys to do is go to your following on your page. This is so weird, you know, Facebook's backwards. Click on following, and then the little sort by default button's going to come up. We're going to sort it by latest. So those will be the latest people that you have followed most recently. So maybe this morning. So maybe in the morning, because we're working in pockets of our day because we're really busy. In the morning, maybe we're just going to follow those people. And then in the afternoon, aka right now, we're going to go in and connect with those people. And so I like to 311 them. I like 3 photos, I comment on one, and then I follow them. And that is what my thing is, when I do this. I'll go back and answer questions after. I'm just going to kind of keep going. This is on Instagram. Okay? Instagram. Woo woo. So I don't want to talk through this whole thing, but I'm going to go to Sammy Von Goober, whatever, right? So I'm going to look at her page, and I'm going to like 3 of her photos. And like, don't be just like liking the first 3. Like, be intentional when it comes to liking those posts, right? And then you're going to comment on one very genuinely. Don't just put hearts, but like, oh my gosh, I love that sweater. Where did you get it from, right? You want them to kind of interact back with you, because if they feel like they can message you back, then they're going to go and comment on your stuff, and that's going to help with engagement, okay? So we're going to do this for the next 7 minutes now, but go through that list. Just boom, 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 311, as many people as you can, because I find that even if they don't follow me back right away, but I'm making that connection and I'm liking and engaging with them, they're so much more likely to follow me back. One, helps with more followers, but then they're going to start looking at my story, and that's why it's so important to always have an invite of some sort on your story, so that they know that they have this amazing opportunity to come. So I'm going to stop talking, and I'll answer questions in the thread while you guys start doing connections, okay? Recently followed. So if you go to your following, you do sort by date, and then the latest people that you have followed is when you're going to come up with your list. You can also do it by earliest, so that'd be the first people you've ever followed. And for me, it's like Autumn and Carl and Beachbody. But if you do by the latest, those would be the most recent people that you just recently followed. Okay? Cool. Awesome. So one of the questions while you guys are doing this, I'll just answer. Do you start conversations with them, and if they don't follow back within a couple days, unfollow them? What I like to do as well is, if you guys have ever heard of collections, collections is a way to kind of sort your people. So I'll have like May prospects, June prospects. And I'm not going to go too much into this. You guys can kind of look it up after, but it's called collections. It's just like if you were to save a photo of someone, it says add to collection, and you choose whatever collection you want. That's kind of my tracking system, but I don't track and write down every person I follow because they're not going to necessarily be my niche group once I start to connect with them more. But I don't start conversations in my 311. I'm just liking, I'm following, and I'm commenting on one because I want to know if they want to follow me back, because then they're going to come to my page and be like, who's this healthy, happy Maddie person? They're going to see my name 5 times on their page when they log into their Instagram, and they'll be like, oh, cool, who is this? They either follow me back or they don't. And if they follow me back, I send a welcome message. If they don't, then I'll go through later and just unfollow people. But I don't really have a systematic system of how I do this anymore, because you really have to do it yourself. I used to have and pay people to do it, and it just never was genuine and never felt like me. So this has been the best way. I've been doing it for 3 months now. Is there a way to track the number of new people you follow within the time frame? Not really. This is all on Instagram. I'm very Instagram oriented. I do not do Facebook, so that is just not my side. Let's do it. So the $15 a month coach fee, while you guys are doing this, the way I combat the $15 coach fee is, like I said in the beginning, is that you're not going to get a $15 fee month one. So if you are using the fee, like if you're using your account and you are ordering something else, $15 is nothing, right? Or help one person and it pays for your product and the $15. That's kind of how I combat that. But they see it, and I say, if you don't like it or you're not going to order next month, like, we can cancel it before you get charged the $15. And that's how I explain it to them, just so that they can try it. It's like, why would you not try getting a discount if you haven't even tried the products yet, right? So that's kind of how I talk about that. Taking notes. You can always come back. This live will be saved in the group, so if you need to come back, come back. But I'd rather you guys work right now by doing these connections, because connections is going to help you grow your market and never feel like you're running out of people to talk to. What's my welcome message? I kind of change it every once in a while, but right now I'll post it in the thread. One that I've been doing recently has been asking them, like, where are you from? So that they're messaging me back where they're from and we kind of connect. Because a lot of people I do follow end up being from Sonoma County, where I'm from. And then I'm like, oh, what high school did you go to? And you can make that connection. I used to, like, literally hate that because I felt like I was on Tinder dating people. But I have recently found that that's the way that Instagram has grown to. When I first started in 2017, it really didn't matter. I could hey girl anyone. But now you really do kind of have to make that connection because there's other people maybe messaging them. Let me post this in there here. See, I'll send that one or I'll send this. When I see, like, extremely long messages when I first follow somebody, like, I literally want to, 1, throw up in my mouth, and 2, like, I immediately unfollow that person because that's just not my jam. Maybe you like that, and maybe you, like, want this long welcome message, but to me, I'd rather be, like, a fly on the wall and just kind of observing what's going on. But, like, I do like to be welcomed into a store. I just don't want to be followed in the store and stalked. Does that make sense, that analogy? Like, when you go into a store and you're like, somebody's like, oh, do you want to try that on? Everything you touch, you're like, shut up, I'm just looking. But if you go into a store, someone welcomes you, and then you can kind of browse leisurely, and then later she's like, oh, do you like that? You know, that's how I would want to be approached. So that's how I approach my business. All right, one more minute of connections. See, my power hours are usually an hour, so it's really hard to keep it in 30 minutes. But that's why I wanted you guys to know that I do follow 50 to 100 people, but that happens in the morning. And then when I sit down to my power hour, I love doing my connections first because one, it gets me in like the groove where I'm like, okay, this isn't like getting too far out of my comfort zone. I'm kind of just warming myself up. I'm feeling good. And now I have that confidence, and now I'm going to send them invites. And right now, I really want you guys to get into the mindset that we're going to have to be like comfortable in our uncomfortable situations. And so for me, it's really uncomfortable to invite people to coaching because I'm like, oh, is that too icky? And I go back and forth in my brain. But if I never invite them to coaching or even plant the seed, why would they ever sign up as a coach and want to work the business, right? We have to get outside of the thought like, oh, but what if they're just like so turned off by it? But what if they're not? What if this is the one seed that they need in their life to go live a bigger life than where they're stuck at right now? Like, let's be that light for these people right now. And so I'm going to send you guys just a couple example invites, but we're going to do 10 minutes of just coach invites. Literally anybody that's watching your story, following you, or liking your post can get this invite right now, okay? I'm going to put it in the chat. So 2 different ones. First one, this is if you see somebody that has a more health and fitness page, but is not necessarily a Beachbody coach. Sometimes you don't know, so you can be like, hey, are you a coach too? And they're like, what's a coach, right? Like some people are just like what? But then they're like, maybe they are a coach, and you're like, okay, cool, that's awesome. I'm so glad we could connect. So like what I say is whatever their name is, or you can say, hey girl, or however you like to say it. But girl, I love your page and your energy is awesome. You clearly have a passion for fitness too. I love that. Have you ever considered doing what I do? You'd seriously be a rock star. And a lot of times people are like, well, what is it that you do? And that's like my favorite question. I'm like, oh, but girl, let me tell you what I do, right? And then I can send them either a coach sneak peek replay that I've done, or in this group next Monday, we have a coach sneak peek with some amazing coaches, obviously, because this group's amazing. So you can invite them to that coach sneak peek next Monday, or if you have that replay, or if you have a quick video, or you get on a one-on-one with them. I've done every single way. You know, there's multiple different ways to do it. But if I know I don't have something I'm inviting to right away, the best way to do is have, like I have a flow desk. This is every time I do this, everyone's like, what's flow desk? And I don't want to talk about too much right now. I can put the resources in later. But I just send them the replay of a really good coach sneak peek that I did with another coach of mine, and just send them that, and then I have a follow-up email that goes in after. The other email is more of like anybody. And so when I was in my first Diamond Push group in October of 2018, when I went Diamond, it was with Lindsay, Matway, and Christina. It was a group like this. And basically, if you invited 50 people to coaching, I think it was like in the week, you got entered in to win a gift card. And I was like, I want that damn gift card. I'm like a type 3. I want all the things. And so I had to send uncomfortable invites just like this, talking about coaching. And so this is for anybody. Maybe you don't know that they necessarily like health and fitness, but maybe if you plant that seed. And I think this line is super important. Curious if you've ever thought about joining me in coaching and earning an income with health and fitness. I don't know if it was on a national wake-up call. Oh, it was on a hot seat I was listening to of Ruth Schroner, and she was saying that this coach was like, would you want to be a coach with me? And she's like, no, I don't want to coach. I want to be a boot camper. I want results. Sorry that I'm talking so much. I hope this is helping. And I hope you guys can take these and kind of do them while I'm talking is my goal. But she was like, she said, the girl was like, no, I don't want to coach. I just want to be a boot camper. But then a different coach later down was like, hey, you would be an amazing coach and you can earn an income. And in her head, she was like $100,000 in student loan debt. And she was like, earn an income. Okay, that sparked her interest. So maybe not coaching in general, because sometimes people are like, oh my God, I'm not an expert. I can't do that. But when you place income in there and that they can learn and be mentored, wow, that might be the click for them to be like, I could do that too. So I like this invite, that second one. Hey girl, I see you loving on my post or watching my story, and wanted to thank you for all the support. It actually is one of the reasons why I keep going, is to show up for you guys, and it holds me accountable on my journey too, because that is literally me. Curious if you ever thought about joining me in coaching and earning an income with health and fitness. Whatever you want to do, you can always mix it up. I had never tell people to send the same script as me because it might totally not sound like you, and people are like, who is this imposter? But I feel like there's key words that I'm saying that really can help you switch from never recruiting a coach to like recruiting business builders right here, okay? So we have 5 more minutes. Really focus on getting these out. Stop thinking so much and just send them, right? The worst thing that you can do is like hesitate so much that you never send the coach invites, and then you're like, I'm only recruiting discount coaches. Send the coach invites. It is all about the mindset and getting over yourself that people might say no. Just like the worst thing that happens is like, oh, I just really don't think I'd be a good coach. Why would you not be a boot camper, right? And then you can still get them ready and signed up, and maybe they become a coach down the road. But if you only lead with a challenger, when are they ever going to want to spark that interest of coaching? But if you lead with coaching, you can always fall back on being a challenger and being a coach down the road. That is something that I've learned, and it has helped me so much. Okay. I did post the one I do for discount coaches, but I'll send it to you again. And the question I get a lot is like, where do you invite from? Or I wish I could play music, but you like this always shuts off my music and then won't let me post the replay because I hate silence. But I invite from my stories, making sure that I hit every single person on my stories. Maybe not every day, but most days. And then making sure I'm hitting people, especially if I do a coach post, like you bet your booty they're getting an invite to coaching. And then if you feel like you've hit both of those markets, then I'll go to people that are following me. Even if I've never talked to them before, they are in my warm market because they press follow and they're following my page. And so I'll do ABC method. A lot of people haven't heard of this, maybe you have, but the ABC method is basically I go to letter A, I type in A, and I make sure I've invited everybody on the A list. Then I go to B, invite everybody on the B list. And this might be someone you break up into many days. Doesn't have to be one day you do A, B, C, D, E, F, Z, right? But I'll mark it on my calendar like A, and the next day B. Or if I leave off because I have too many A's, I'll just say where I left off on that list, okay? That's another way if you feel like you're reaching everybody. You're like, but I have over 500 followers. Maybe you haven't invited all 500. Everyone who likes your stories or saw your story. Well, you can't really like stories, can you? Oh, I guess if they'd reply back to your story. No, anybody that saw my story is getting an invite, yeah. And then anyone that's liked my post would get an invite as well. Yeah, anyone who views the story. Perfect. Stacy said my name. Hi, Stacy. Okay, 2 more minutes. Don't think, just send. Personally, I don't invite guys. I've never have, and I just don't think, I know there's people on this team with Diesel Nation that do and have some guys on their team, but that has just never been my MO, and so I don't go about inviting them. Like, sometimes they'll reach out to me, but I'll never send them an invite because that's just not my group. I invite the same person every single month until they unfollow me or we die. Literally. Like March 1st, all right, April 1st, June 1st, May, whatever month it is at this point. I don't even know. But every single month they're getting the same, like an invite. It's not going to be verbatim the same invite because obviously they didn't respond to that one. Change it up a little bit, use a GIF, use something, but I will invite everybody every single month. And that's why it is so important when, like, I see people say, like, I notice the same people watching my stories. That's why we have to connect with new people every single day. That is why it's on the business activity tracker. And if you're not using a tracker, use a tracker. Because most of the time you realize you're not doing things that you thought you were. And then you're like, oh, crap. Like, why am I not doing that, you know? So sometimes the tracker is just like a good little gut check. Okay. Sweet. Let's move on to follow-ups. So a lot of times my follow-ups and invites kind of look the same, like in regards of like if I'm sitting down inviting, most of the time if I see someone on that list that I sent an invite to before, I'll follow up with them. So I kind of intermix the two, but I'm going to send you guys 2 different examples of follow-ups in the messenger thread. And so the first one is when you have invited someone before, right? And you've sent them the replay of a coach call you've done, or you invited them and they're like, oh yeah, I want info, and then they never replied. This is a really good one that I have found helps a lot, just like by getting another response. Maybe they're like, oh, I'm not really interested anymore. And you're like, okay, what about being a boot camper, right? But getting them to reply back to you is just so crucial so that you know where they're at in their journey or what objection they're facing or what they're feeling when it comes to saying yes. So I know we didn't quite fully connect when we were talking about you becoming a coach back on our team, or becoming a coach on our team back in March. Is this something you are still considering? Did you have any additional questions for me? I'm actually putting the final touches on a brand new coach training group that I'm inviting 5 more people to for the month of June. I thought of you. Is this something you're interested in? Right? And then also another one is like, I sent you the link to my coach sneak peek back in January. Not sure if you saw. And then I'm inviting you to another webinar on Monday night, which is for this group, right? We have that coach sneak peek next Monday. I don't think it's Monday night. I think it's Monday during the day. Actually, I can look. Next Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern, with Becky, Jamie, Melissa, and Katrina. So going to be a quality coach sneak peek. So maybe that's what you're following up to. If you haven't done it yourself, you can invite to that group, but also get outside your comfort zone because you're about to be a diamond coach. And if you're not running your own coach sneak peeks, what about when you do have business builders and they want to invite coaches? You guys can run them together, but you got to get outside your comfort zone. That is exactly when my business switched, is when I started running my own coach sneak peeks. So get on the ones and learn and absorb all the information, then host your own. In my first coach sneak peek, 0 people showed up and I talked to a brick wall, like I feel like I'm doing right now, but I see all you 73 eyes. And I just recorded it, and then I sent the recording out, and then I had coaches that were interested after. So don't be scared that nobody's going to show up. To me, it was almost better because I was like, oh, nobody's watching me. I can be myself. So go run your own coach sneak peek. Get outside your comfort zone, okay? I always fear the objection, so this is forcing me to, yes, get outside the objection. Literally, what is the worst thing that happens? No. You're like, okay, cool, I'm going to go do something else, right? Like, we've heard the word no our entire lives. Like, I don't know why we're so scared of somebody saying no to us now. Because a no now is not a no forever. And I'm sure you've heard that. It's so cheesy, but it's so true. Like, from being a coach for almost 3 years now, like, I'm getting girls that have come and gone in my life that are coming back around because they're interested that I'm still doing it. So don't stop inviting them and don't be worried for no. We'll do 5 more minutes of follow-ups. And the cool thing with follow-ups, I find, is that as long as you're getting their email, it's so easy to follow up with them because you know who you sent that resource out to about following your coach sneak peek or getting the replay. So I think it's super important, not just sending in DMs. You have to have email addresses. And so that's going to make this inviting follow-up process easier. Another thing I do is, obviously this is June. I'll show you guys May while you're doing this. So I have a hot list. So this is the Rise Up planner by Moira Kuwasada. And I didn't use it for a long time, and I was like, oh, I love this. And then I literally, like, you can see blank pages. But recently, I've been using the hot list like a mad woman. So I have a customer hot list and a business hot list. And that way I can kind of keep track of people that I've sent resources to so they don't slip through the cracks. Obviously, like I just said, I have their email addresses, but it's also nice just to visually, I'm a pen and paper person, so I can see. If you like spreadsheets, use spreadsheets. But I found that so many people slip through the cracks when I wouldn't write it down and just hope that they would respond back and tell me they're interested in coaching, but that doesn't always happen, right? So writing down those hot lists, or people that you like are dreaming about signing up with you, write them on your hot list. I had a girl that I literally at New Leaders Conference in February. God, it seems so long ago. I literally wrote her name down in my notebook they gave us, and I was like, sign blank, blank, blank up as a coach this month, because that pushed me to send her an invite. And she said yes. And I was like, wait, are you sure? Are you sure? Is this a joke? But she said yes, and she is like such a light in my life. And I'm like, oh my gosh, right? And so sometimes you just have to keep putting that person's name out there on a list or something so that you feel that vibe, like, I'm going to invite her today. Maybe it's you don't feel that like confidence right now in this moment, but when you jump off this call, you're like, why would I not? Why wouldn't I stop myself from inviting her to this opportunity? I'm going to send it. Press play. Do it. Okay, I'll shut up. 3 more minutes. Okay, Janelle, I see you. Signing 4 coaches up in 2 days. I see you, sis. If I've never messaged someone before, you'll still send them a coach invite. I really have to read the scene when it comes to that, because if they just started like following me today or yesterday and I have never sent them a welcome message, I'm more likely to send them a welcome message. But if they've been watching my stories and I just maybe slipped up and never invited them, I'm going to send them a coach invite. It really just kind of depends on what I'm feeling, and you can kind of feel people's energy, right? So maybe I see her and I'll write her in my hot list, but then I'll make sure I'm connecting with her and like replying back to her stories for the next couple days so that she knows that I exist and that I'm watching her, and then maybe I'll send that invite. But I do think connections really do matter when it comes to getting coaches that feel comfortable to come out of their shell and then say they want to work. Preach it. Sweet. 2 more minutes. The book I am using is The Rise Up Planner by Moira. You can find it on Amazon. But I like it because it's very Beachbody based. Because obviously Moira is a Beachbody coach. So it has like monthly enrollments, weekly to-dos, and then daily checklists, actions, wins of the week. Like, it's very simple, but there's everything like quarterly review, like different training calls that you've been on to take notes. So, oh, sweet. Yeah. You the best, Christy, up here hooking it up. Yeah, go order it right now. It's the best. It just has helped me. I used to have just notebooks, and it just wasn't easy. This is like month to month, write down my goals, and just so focused. And then one last thing before we go into the last, because this is a half hour and we're at 33 minutes, and I'm going to do 5 minutes of creating content. But one more thing that I've been doing recently that I feel like really does make a difference is sending not just voice memos, because we all can send a voice memo, but sending a video message. You're like, holy crap, Maddie, what are you asking me to do? But literally taking your phone and video recording yourself back to her, like, hey sister, I don't know if you ever thought about this, but I see your page and you always pop up, and I just think you'd be so good at what I do. Would you ever consider being a coach or learning more about it? Right? It might seem super scary. Whoops. But I got a message like that from Keisha Fitzgerald. If you guys don't know her, she was a Beachbody coach. She still is, but she's focusing now on her own brand of personal development and the Empower Her podcast. It's amazing. But she sent me a video message like that saying I should be a part of her collective group, which is a personal growth journey. It's a little Facebook group. It's awesome. But besides the point, she was just saying, like, you'd be amazing at this. I've seen what you've done with Beachbody, and I followed your page. And I was like, wait, she follows me? You know, like when somebody comes at you that you don't even realize is watching you back because you're probably like creepily staring at them and following their page. You're like, they noticed me. And that's how I felt when Keisha sent me a video message. And I was like, let me try this. And I did that for 3 or 4 days. And I hit Success Club 10 by the 5th. Like, oh, I should probably keep doing that, right? So if you've never done it before, get outside your comfort zone and do that as well. You can kind of remember like what you would say in an invite to coaching, but do that again with voice memos or video message. But video messages just kind of gets you like, whoo, outside that comfort zone. But you also send it and you like can't take it back. So it's awesome because it pushes you, right? It pushes you to do that extra personal note. Cool. Last thing I want to touch on in this, and I will, if you guys have any questions or whatever, just put them in. I'll help you guys out after this call, but I knew I was supposed to be a power half hour. We're at 37. But creating content, aka a coach post and story. So number one, I want you guys, we're going to talk about Instagram stories, and I want you guys to literally like record what you're on right now or take a boomerang because I'm probably like yelling and talking with my hands. But take a boomerang and be like, I'm on a coach call because I'm in this amazing group that I want to push myself out. And this is kind of what I wrote up earlier, but to write as a story. Like, right now I'm in a push group so I can qualify for a super exclusive retreat with my team. I've never been able to earn vacations with my current job, so this is a huge incentive for me right now. We're working together to invite to this amazing opportunity that so many women are scared about, right? And what's super cool is like you don't have to be a health and fitness expert, but what we do is we get to create this amazing community and accountability in our journeys and just fall back in love with our bodies. 1 week from today, I'll be hosting a webinar with my team to share the ins and outs for you of what we do as coaches. If you want to check it out, drop your email right here, right? You're going to put a little poll with their email. And I'll shoot you the links over so you can check it out, be a fly on the wall, and just get the info. No strings attached, right? I want you guys to do that. And I'll like literally just put this in the thing. Obviously, you're going to be talking, so you're not going to copy this, but this is something that I was like, oh my God, if I had the opportunity to earn a retreat, I would be screaming from the rooftops, telling everybody about it because I want to be a diamond coach to be on that retreat with these amazing women. So go talk about that. Today, my post was about getting to leadership because I know that if I keep manifesting 5-star or wherever I want to go in my business, it is going to happen. So talk about your goals. Don't feel like uncomfy about talking about your goals publicly to other people so they can understand. People want to help you. And I never got that in the beginning. I was like, people are going to think I'm trying to take their money. Oh my God. But people want to be a part of what you got. They want to be a part of this just as much as you. Okay? So that's the story I want you guys to do right now. So maybe you do a boomerang. You're like, I'm on this awesome call right now, learning about how to invite more of you guys to this amazing opportunity. And then you talk about the retreat. So that's number one. You can do that after as well. But the next thing is just creating content, aka a coach post. And a coach post is so important. And I, right now in my business, am really focusing on finding those business builders and the little Maddies in the world that just want to run, even if they're 20 years old, because that's how old I was when I started this business. I was 20. I don't know what other 20-year-old wants to be an entrepreneur, but I want to find those people. And so if I don't talk about coaching, I will never find those people. So get uncomfortable talking about coaching all the time. So this coach post, I took this from one of my friends that was speaking on a call for us as a team. And she said every 16th post, or 15th, the 16th one, she does an influencers wanted ad. But she doesn't even run it as an ad. It's just a post on her page that shows that she's recruiting to coaching. Because sometimes, and I hear it a lot, people are like, well, I have a coach right now, but I don't think she's doing a mentorship like you about coaches, like she just has boot camps. I don't know what coach isn't recruiting to coaching, but they don't even know that they have that opportunity. So if you're not talking about ready to get these girls started in a mentorship and talking about mentoring your coaches, they might not know that you have this opportunity. So if you guys don't follow me, my Instagram, you guys can see this on my Instagram, but it's healthy_happy_Maddie. But this is the wording that I put in there. So start thinking about what you can do to post a coach post today, Monday. If you haven't already posted, perfect. If you've already posted, maybe do it tomorrow, right? Or if you post twice a day, good for you. Good for you. But talk about, like, I'm looking for 10 hardworking people, right? Talk about what you want in a coach. I was so scared to do that. I was like, well, I don't want them to think that it's too much work, and I don't want people to think they have to dedicate their whole life to this, right? So I was so scared to talk about that you actually have to work hard to get there, right? You don't just like walk into coaching and people flock to you. You have to try hard. So you don't be scared about talking about the work, but also talk about the awesome opportunities that come from doing that work, right? Like you guys being in this legend group, next level legend, right? Like that's an amazing opportunity in itself. Okay? And so I have an application in my bio that they can fill out. And after I posted this, I had 5 people fill out that application, y'all. I could probably go 3 or 4 months without anybody filling out my application. And I posted this, even though this is not like my normal content. I wouldn't normally do this. I usually talk about my story and how coaching's helped me every single day. I relate back to coaching in every single post, like 99% of the time. But every once in a while, like throw in, like I am looking for this person, fill out the link in my bio. Because I was shocked that 5 people filled it out when I woke up the next morning. How do you do an application? You can do Typeform, you can do Google Forms. Google Forms is super easy, however you want to do it. And a lot of like coaches that you look up to, you can look in their bio and you can, that's how I did. I looked at Amy Rada when she was a coach, and I like looked up to her a ton, and I just went to her bio and I was like, what does her applications look like? And I figured it out and followed it. There's plenty of Google, like Google how to make a form. There's so many different things out there. But doing an application in your bio to your boot camp or coaching or something definitely helps, because there's all those people that are like weird about like voting on your poll. They want you to like secretly find out about them. So go find those people too. Woo! That took a little longer than I thought. Does anyone else have any questions? I know this wasn't like very, like I gave you a lot of action tips, so maybe go back and watch this live video again and then like stop listening to me so much and do the action that I want you guys to do, but really focus on making sure you're following people every single day. It is so crucial in your business to have a flow of people coming in and seeing your page. Number two is connecting, right? We're going to 311 them every single day. Maybe you do 5 a day, maybe you do 10, whatever your number is. I like to set a timer, so how many I can do in 10 minutes. And then do that again later, right? If you have extra time, like I work my business in pockets of my day, especially when I was a student. I would work 10 minutes here, 10 minutes after class, 10 minutes before practice. So maybe you have 10 minutes, set a timer, go and connect with people. Maybe you're waiting in between clients, or you're waiting for a call, you're on lunch break, send 10 more, right? So that's number 2, is connecting with them. 3 likes, 1 comment, follow that person. And then number 3, send the invites. Send the invites, send the follow-ups, okay? Send the invites, send the follow-ups. So crucial. And then last but not least is making your content talk about coaching. Make sure that you are talking about coaching every single day of this group. Maybe you change your content in July to not talking about coaching so much, but I don't know why you would do that, because it's going to work wonders to your business. But talk about coaching nonstop, right? Because if you miss with coaching and they really just want to be a boot camper, you have something to fall back on. Always aim high, right? And then last but not least is just making sure you are working your booty off to get into these social media audits. So next week, if you're not feeling like you're the highest Success Club earner this month, next week is all about participation. From now until next Wednesday, participate as much as you possibly can. Tag some friends, make some new friends in this group, tag your coach in this post, tell them what your takeaway is, because Facebook is going to tell us who's participated the most by how many comments and likes and views and all over this page. So be the light. Be as fully immersed as you possibly can so that you can get your social media audited by me and Monica Lopez. Okay, I'm going to stop because I'm just babbling at this point. But I love you guys. I hope you took some good pointers from this Power Half Hour. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me on Facebook or put it in the thread, and I'll go back and make sure I answer every single question. All right. Happy Monday. Let's kick this group off. I am so excited to see the legends and the girls that just level up through this opportunity of this push group this month. 4 weeks. Give it all you have. Have nothing left to give at the end of the month and feel like you gave it your all and you are so proud of the effort you gave. Right? I love you guys. Thank you so much. 66 of you guys stayed on the whole time. You rock.